안녕하세요, 수린입니다. Hey roses, I'm back to do my what I got for Christmas video. I apologize that it is a little bit late, but things have been going kind of crazy with my grandmother. Let me put this so it's on my stand and not actually on the edge. Basically she's gotten really weak. She doesn't eat much. Like, all she's had today so far was a yogurt just to get her meds down. She's really weak from not eating. Last night when we went to try to put her on the bedside commode, her legs gave out and she fell to the floor, and we had to call 911 to get her up. So yeah, things are a little bit crazy at the moment, but I'm hoping things will settle down soon. Crossing my fingers. But prayers and well wishes would be most appreciated for that. So I'm actually going to start with a few things that I got myself. Sorry, that pillow likes to be annoying. First is a couple things from Five Below. Get this alert. There we go. First is the Demon Slayer acrylic stand that they had. It has Zenitsu, Nezuko, Tanjiro, and Inotsuke on the end here. I am really excited to have that because I've been obsessed with Demon Slayer recently, so I'm really stoked about that. And then one of the other things I got was this little Eevee Funko Pop. He looks like he's doing the tongue, which I think is really, really cute. I call it the blep tongue, but I don't know if that's the actual term for it. And then I did get me a copy of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. I watched Emil or Choga Conroy's playthrough on it when it came out. And I grew up playing Mystery Dungeon. I think the one that I played was Explorers of Sky, though. I don't think it was... If I did, it was by the original name, which is like Pokemon Red, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red or Blue. So I am excited. I actually am pretty far in the game already, just because I've been playing it whenever I have downtime, which isn't very often, but excited. Then next I got 3 volumes of manga off of Instagram for myself, just because these are series I've been curious about. The first one is a one-shot, and it's called Ride Your Wave. And it follows this girl, Hinako, who's full of confidence when she's in the ocean, but when it comes to everything else, she's like always second-guessing herself. And then it says, after a fire breaks out, she meets a firefighter named Minato, and the two quickly fall in love. So I'm really excited about this. It's interesting that it's a one-shot. I was kind of surprised because when I first heard the premise, I'm like, oh, that's probably like 2 or 3 volumes. And then I got this and it said one-shot, and I was just like, interesting. But this is by 7 Seas, because each manga has a company that prints it. This is from 7 Seas. Next, this is by Dark Horse, and this is Danganronpa, A School of Hope with Students of Despair. I didn't know that there was a manga for Danganronpa. I've seen the games, but I have not seen the manga before. So when I saw it on Instagram and it was like $5, I was like, I am getting that because I am very curious. And then the last one, and I got this one with Ride Your Wave. This is by Viz, and it's Requiem of the Rose King. I've heard that this is a manga version of the, what is it called? The War of the Roses between the House of Lancaster and the House of York. I've heard that this is basically like a manga version of that. And I read Philippa Gregory's The White Queen, which she is the House of... I think she's the House of Lancaster, but don't quote me on that. It's been a minute since I've read that. But yeah, I am excited to have that just because I've never seen something historical get a manga like that before. Okay, the next, we, like me, John, or Reevah, some of you guys know him as, and his mom, went to Sam's because they do their grocery shopping there, and I just looked at the book section just to see, and I found this. Which, if you're a 90s kid, you'll understand why I'm excited about this. This is basically those really small chapter books that you would read as a kid. Let me get one out. So like, here's this cover, but these have 2 in 1, so if you flip it, there's the other one, which I thought was really cool. It also came with a bookmark that has the Kanto starters on one side and Eevee and Pikachu on the other. That bookmark is currently in a book that I'm reading, so that's why I'm not getting it out. But yeah, I was excited to find this. Put all these over here, out of the way. And then my, I call him my stepdad, but he's not married to my mom, I just call him that. He got me these pair of readers that have like the mint frame. So that's what it looked like on. John or Reevah got me this fox locket. So I've been wearing that a lot for obvious reasons. I would have gotten the fox plush, but I forgot to bring it over here to film, but he put this on a fox plush when he gave it to me. While we were at Sam's, Annette, his mom, which, hi if you're watching, I don't know if she watches my videos or not, but she surprised me because we went by the clothes and I just happened to look at this sweater and I was like, huh, I'll get this. And then she goes, I'll get it for you, even though I told her she didn't have to do that. But it is a pink sweater with white hearts because they already had Valentine's stuff out. I'm like, let Christmas and New Year pass before you start putting out Valentine's. I don't know, that's just my opinion, but it's really, really nice, really soft. So I'm excited to have that. Okay, let me get a sip of my drink because I have a dry mouth. The last place we went is a store that I've always wanted to go to, but the closest one to me for a while was states away, so I couldn't. Finally, we had one open that was about 2 hours away, and his mom was kind enough to, because they were about an hour away from it, and I'm about 2 hours away. So since I was there visiting for Christmas, she was kind enough to drive us there so that I could look around, and that is Kinokuniya, which the Atlanta location for Kinokuniya is pretty big, but there's also so much stuff packed on the shelves that you have to like walk with you have to walk like super carefully so you either don't bump into anything or don't break anything. So that was kind of the annoying part. But the first thing that I picked up is the Demon Slayer box set. Says it comes with all the volumes, a full color double-sided poster, and an exclusive commemorative mini book. So I am excited to have this. Like I said, like I said in my first take, I'm actually really obsessed with Demon Slayer. Just because it's a series that I got from the library to read, just because I was curious, but then I ended up becoming obsessed. I think my favorite character is probably Nezuko, honestly. It's either Nezuko or Moichiro, the Ms. Tashira. And to go with that, though, I did get the Demon Slayer art book. Well, one of them, because I saw 3 different covers. This one had Tanjiro, there was one with Rengoku, and I think there was one with Nezuko. But this has a lot of the art from the manga and stuff. Let me see if I can find a good... Yeah, here we go. A lot of the art from the manga. So, I am excited to own this. Let's put this down here on top of the box set. Then, one of the next things I got was The Way of the House Husband, The Gangster's Guide to Housekeeping. This series is hilarious. If you want a character that acts like super serious, but then it ends up becoming such a goofy matter, you'll love this. Because Tatsu is a former Yakuza or Japanese mafia who decides to become a house husband, or the equivalent of the male equivalent to a housewife. So I'm super excited to have this. This actually, on the back, it actually has like his dragon tattoo on his back, because he's known as the Immortal Dragon. So I just thought that was really cool. But definitely excited. I am fully caught up on the manga. I think there's 10 out currently, and I have read all 10. But I am super excited to actually read this and look at it, because I'm sure it's going to be a riot. Next is Pokemon Adventures Volume 1, the omnibus of the first 3 volumes. This I've wanted to read because I've heard that it is very different from the games. Or no, not the games, the anime. This follows the games a bit more closely than the anime does. But I am excited to read this. And when I finish it, my library has book 2, so I can immediately start the next one. The next one is The Summer Hikaru Died. I'm sure if you're in the manga community, you've heard of this. But for those that have not, this follows a boy named Hikaru who goes into the mountains and he tragically passes away. I don't know if he passes away from like natural cause or if he passed away from, you know, being attacked by something. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I will find out when I read it. But all of a sudden one day he comes back, and a lot of people are like, well, it's his body, but he's not acting like the original Hikaru. Something's off. So this will be interesting to find out what actually happened. Next is I Think Our Son Is Gay, Volume 1. I've heard from a lot of my friends in the LGBTQ community that this is a more healthy representation of what they think how parents should react to when they find out that their child is gay. Because a lot of parents, especially strict Christian parents, they'll overreact, they'll kick them out of the house, make them live on their own, that kind of thing. But I've heard that this is a more positive representation, so that's why I picked it up. The next is Yakuza Fiancé Volume 2. I did read Volume 1, really enjoyed it, and I'm really excited. But this follows a girl named Yoshino, who is the daughter of a big Yakuza clan, and he's trying to get her to marry the son of a rival clan so that they can, you know, combine forces, basically. But when she first meets him, she's kind of iffy on him, and he's kind of iffy on her. So hopefully, at least this is just me speaking, I'm hoping that they either can get along or they can figure out a way to coexist without it being an issue. Next one is Attack on Titan Before the Fall. This takes place before the events of the original Attack on Titan that we're familiar with. And it follows a boy named Kuklo, who has spent his entire life in chains because he was cut out of his mother's womb when she was inside a Titan. So they're trying to figure out exactly what's going on. They're not entirely sure. So I am excited to read this and see what it's about. I remember when I posted this in a Discord that I'm a part of, someone immediately responded and went, "Finally someone actually gets Before the Fall, it is so good." So I am excited to read that. Next I have Akane Banashi Volume 1. This follows a girl named Akane who really respects her father and the artwork that he does because he's trying to become this big, what is the word? A top-ranked headliner and master storyteller in the traditional Japanese art of Rakugo. That's what it is. You know, and one day the emperor, is that the word they use for him? No, it's the master of that craft. He expels everyone one day without saying why. So she takes it upon herself to try to pursue her father's dream, which I thought was actually really cool. Next is Tokyo Mew Mew Volume 1, the first omnibus, because I believe this has, yeah, Volumes 1 and 2. This follows a girl named Ichigo who, one day when she's on a date with a guy, she finds out, what is the word? She's exposed to a mysterious ray, and she realizes that she has the same DNA with that of the endangered Iro-Omote wildcat, so, which is why she has the ears and the tail. So this is, you can just tell by the art style that it's older, but I have seen clips of the show. My favorite character is probably the one that has the wolf DNA. I'm not going to say which character that is, but I am really excited to get to this. I know I keep saying I'm excited, but it's just because I am. Next is Mao Volume 4 by Rumiko Takahashi. This follows a girl named Nanoka who one day gets transported back to 20th century Japan. Anybody, if you know Rumiko Takahashi's works, you know that's a common thing with her. But she gets recruited by an exorcist named Mao, and he has been cursed with this sword, and he always says no one else can touch it but me, but she's actually able to touch it one day and it not bother her, so he is really confused by that. So I am excited to read Volume 4, just because I did read Volume 1 and really enjoyed it. These two I was surprised that Kinokuniya had, just because it's kind of an older series. I'm curious if it actually says. Do you say 2009? Okay, yeah, I was right. These are older. That is Beastmaster. I have done a review on this. So if you guys would like to know more of my thoughts on this series, feel free to watch that video. But it basically follows a girl named Aoi, or no, Yuiko. The girl's name is Yuiko, my bad. And she loves animals, but animals don't love her. So she's really frustrated, and one night she goes out to get the family cat because he has disappeared. So she goes looking for him and runs across Leo. And Leo acts very different from most people because he was raised on a deserted island with barely any human contact, which there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to spoil that. And you just learn more about him and realize he has been through the ringer. So I'm glad that they had these, because this is a series I wanted to own and have in my collection, but I didn't know if it was still in print or not. So okay, the last manga from Kinokuniya is XXX Holic Ray, and this says it represents a return to the otherworldly setting of Yugo shop. So I am really curious about this one, because I did read the entirety of XXX Holic and really enjoyed it, but it did kind of end a bit abruptly in my opinion, so I'm curious to see how they're going to do the sequel part. And then last but not least, I did go to Bath and Body Works to get Christmas gifts for people, but I also did get me a few things. I got 3 of the Vanilla Bean Noel lotions. If you've been following me for a while, you know that this is my favorite scent that they come out with every year. And I'm just so glad to actually own this again. I have a Jergens lotion that I'm currently using that's almost done, but once that is done, I will be going to this. So, and then I did get a candle, and it's Merry Cookie. I've actually been burning this one quite a bit, because it's like right here. So I probably won't have much more left. This literally smells like straight up sugar cookies. It says fresh baked cookies, sparkling sugar crystals, rich vanilla. So if you like super sweet scents like I do, then you would love this. Sorry, that pillow drives me nuts. But if you don't like super sweet smells, then I would stay away from this. Oh, my aunt got me some stuff too. Let me get it. It's like right here. Here we go. My aunt, she asked what I wanted for Christmas, and I sent her a link to Dossier. Now, a lot of people, this is not sponsored by Dossier in any way whatsoever. I just wanted to try their scents and see if I would like them. So they had a deal. I think she said it was like 3 for $69 at the time when I sent her the link. So I did get 2 of one fragrance and then a separate one. That makes some noise. The first one is Ambery Vanilla. This is inspired by YSL Black Opium. And I have smelled Black Opium, and this does smell similar. I do like that the lids are magnetic though, so you're not gonna lose a lid. And I remember wearing this when I went to John's, and he said he really liked it on me too. So I think anything vanilla he likes on me in general though. Put it back in the box just because I want to keep it out of light. And then the other 2 is the same fragrance. Let me get, here's the card. This one is Floral Grapefruit, and it is inspired by the Chanel Chance Otandra, the pink one, the pink Chance, because I ran out of that last year and I miss it like terribly, but I didn't want to pay over $100 for the freaking fragrance. So that's why I wanted to try Dossier, see if it smelled in any way similar to it, and it does. So I am really happy to have the scent back, because that was like my go-to scent. A lot of people knew me for wearing that scent, so. Shut that box and shut this box. Okay, I think that is everything for the what I got for Christmas video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, like I said, I apologize that it is up a bit late, but with everything going on with my grandmother, filming kind of took a back seat. What you guys have been seeing that has been released is stuff that was pre-recorded. So, yeah. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys soon in another video, another time. Bye, roses. 안녕.